Okay. Now we went over the first modification of the new material. The next one we're going to go to is this prick punch mark. Now after any guns built after 1896 won't have this. And what this is this mark meant that the gun was rebarreled with a reinforced barrel. Okay? And what that has to do is with the contour. Now, we'll take a look. What the old contour was, we'll have them side by side. The early barrels were this contour with the sharp step in it. Okay? As you see, goes out. They decided to reinforce the barrels, and the taper goes along much better. You know, you don't have that sharp taper. And what this does is this just makes a stronger barrel in the chamber area. Okay, and that is what the little prick punch was. And all of the guns made after a certain point, like most of the Turkish ones I found, should have this barrel without this sharp step on it. Now, this receiver is marked new material, but it has an old barrel. And this barrel also has the weird wear and stuff at the end of the muzzle. What that leads me to believe is that this receiver is pretty beat up, and it also has a prick punch mark. Okay, this receiver has the prick punch mark, but it does not have a reinforced barrel. So that leads me to believe that somebody put this gun together from parts and put an old pulled off barrel onto this. Numerous Arms sells barrels, and they have them for sale now. They try selling them for about 70, 80 bucks, and they tell you that they're all new and in cosmoline, but they can't guarantee you what the groove diameter or anything is. This barrel is the original groove diameter and the original contour. We have it as an example. It has a 318 groove depth, and it also has the strange wear in that. This barrel put on this gun, now this is where the problems arise. It has a reinforced barrel mark and it has an S mark. I haven't done a chamber casting. This barrel may not match up with the markings on the receiver. And this gun definitely, with 3/1000 build up on the muzzle, would be unsafe to fire with any ammunition. Okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and work on it, but this is something we're running into. This is correct. This is a matching gun. It hasn't been fooled with, and the markings all add up in that together. Okay, we have the contour. Now we'll go on to the next receiver marking and what it means. I almost forgot. I'm going to review each one. We've seen what the problem is. Now this has an S, and if there was a prick punch on there, I don't know, it could have been worn off. But we have the old contour barrel. I didn't realize how many of these I had. This gun is a Steyr, has an S, does not have a prick punch mark on it, has an old contour barrel. This gun here has all kinds of markings on it, and where the prick punch was could have been beat off, but it's a 1890. So yeah, it had to be rebarreled with a heavy contour barrel, but yet the prick punch mark is not visible, whether it's been worn away or this one's kind of beat up. But that has a reinforced barrel. This gun I know has a reinforced barrel, a Danzig 1891, but the receiver's worn and these old marks could be worn off. This does have a reinforced barrel. And again, we go, I have this 1891 with the prick punch mark, but with the old contour barrel. And this is unusual. You can see there's like wrench marks on this. Okay, so this was probably rebarreled, but surprisingly the rifling in this is 324, and I've shot modern surplus ammo through this gun with absolutely no problems whatsoever. So you're going to find all kinds of weird variations and things are not going to match up. You can't go by what the markings are unless you have a pristine gun with totally all matching numbers.